Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Homemade by Jenny. Today, I'll be showing you a quick Korean corn dog recipe. The kids wanted this, so here we are. We're going to start by using the following ingredients to make the Korean corn dog batter. So the ingredients we'll need, of course, they also want the mozzarella. So we have pizza mozzarella, we have jumbo, basically hot dogs. We got panko breadcrumbs here, baking powder, salt, sugar, and all-purpose flour, as well as some milk. I'll give you the ingredients listed in the comments below. And we also need bamboo skewers, but let's get started. So for this recipe, we need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 3/4 cup of milk. And all the ingredients will go into the bowl, and you just mix it up and then set the batter aside, and then we'll start skewering some of the hot dogs and the cheese, but I'll show you in a bit. Now I'm just gonna start off by making the batter for the corn dog recipe. First things we're gonna need is flour. This is just all-purpose flour, and I just need 1 cup. So I'm just gonna measure 1 cup, use the back of the knife and just level it off. This is the way you get a good level. And there's the flour I need. I'm gonna leave that aside because I'm gonna need extra flours later to coat the outside of the hot dog and the cheese as well. So right now I'm just measuring off all the dry ingredients. We need 1 teaspoon of salt. So I'm just gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 teaspoons of the baking powder. There's 1. There's 2. And then we need 2 tablespoons of sugar. So here's my sugar. It's just white sugar. 1, 2. All I'm gonna do is just whisk up the dry ingredients right now. And to this, I need to add 1 large egg. I'm just gonna grab an egg from the fridge. Gonna crack it right in. Large egg. And then I need 3/4 cups of milk. So here's 1/2 cup. And here's another 1/4 cup. Go. And then just whisk this batter together. It's okay if it's lumpy. It doesn't have to be very well mixed, just like so. I would say until combined. That's all I need. So this is pretty much, the batter is done and ready at this point, and all I'm gonna do is set it in the freezer while I get all the other ingredients ready. So this just goes directly into the freezer. Sorry, I like to cover everything up, so saran wrap really quick. And then in the freezer for now. Okay, now that we've got our batter in the freezer, we're gonna start to prepare all the other ingredients. So like I mentioned, we're gonna need a little bit of the flour. This is basically just to coat the outside of the mozzarella and so that it catches on the batter. Yeah, after, and then the hot dog as well. So just a little bit will do, and that's all I really need. So I'll leave that aside. And this time we've got skewers here. So I'm gonna cut up the cheese, open up the hot dog, and my daughter's gonna help skewer the hot dog onto the skewer. And let me cut out the bag first, and we can start doing that all together. So this is just any jumbo hot dog or any hot dog that you like to use. So here, Mika, I'll show you. The first one, I have a skewer. So I like just to leave mine straight on the board like so, just flat. And then with a skewer, just lightly and straight. Slowly, just all the way through. You don't need to go all the way to the end, but enough so that when you hold up the hot dog, it's not gonna be flimsy and flopping all over. So at this stage, I think it's pretty good. There's still a handle at the bottom, but it's not moving. Okay, so at this point, all we're gonna do is we're gonna do a few more and then we're gonna dust it in the flour after. So Mika's gonna do the next one and she's gonna help here. There you go. Yeah. Okay, you want me to hold it for you? Well, you gotta hold it, put it in straight, otherwise it's not gonna... Okay. Okay. Just do it slowly. Keep going. Okay, we're just gonna see if we can measure up to the other one. And that's about it. So you're gonna do about 4. Oh, be careful, Mika. With the stick. Okay. Here. Be careful, I don't want you to get a sliver either. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna measure it up to the other one so that it'll got the same handle. So now that the hot dogs have been skewered, now we're gonna do the cheese. And at first, I'm gonna cut the cheese up into just stick first. So about the same width and stuff as the hot dog. So probably 2 to a stick. And then I'm gonna do one mixed hot dog one with cheese and hot dog. So I'm just gonna cut one more cube here. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 because if I cut up one hot dog, it's not gonna have. Okay, so I will show you with a mixed one. There's many ways to do it. For the hot dog, you can either cut in half or cut it into quarters. I think I'm just gonna do half. So we'll do this. And then the same skewer, we're gonna do the hot dog first, and then we'll do the cheese on top. Or we can vice versa. It's really up to you how you would like to do this. But I think I'll keep that one flat. So I'm just gonna do the hot dog first. Oh. Let's see if I can get it more centered. I think if I put it down flat, it'll be easier. And still, that's about it. That's okay. And then the cheese at the other end, so same thing. Just gonna right at the center here, put in the cheese and just center it a little more. Like so. And there we go. So that's our mixed one. And the same skewer. Just gonna do this. Not quite center, but that's okay. Here we go. There we go. So there's a mixed one. And the next 2 is just gonna be cheese, so didn't get it through the right way. nervous, but it's okay. As long as you get it through, I think it'll be okay. Yeah, the easier we just put it somewhere flat. Okay, there's the vanilla cheese. This one down first, and then just push the other one. And there we go. There we go. And done. Now that we've skewered all the ingredients that we want, and now it's the dusting of the flour time. So all we're gonna do is take this, coat it in the flour, roll it all around, dusting off the excess flour. Yeah. Yeah, or just anyone can really do this. It's really easy. You basically just coating it around with the flour and shaking off the excess like so. And then just leaving it to a side. And this is gonna be dipped into the batter afterwards. So there we go, this is done. Next one. Use your hands if you need to, just to dust the flour. And then making sure you shake off the excess, because otherwise you're gonna have a very floury exterior. Like so. Shaking off the excess here. Go. Next one. My daughter's just doing this for fun. It's fun for kids. They love doing this part. So there we go. Once that's done, then we will take the batter out of the freezer, and then we'll dip the batter, and then we're gonna dip it in the panko, and then start the frying process right away. So you just basically keep doing this until it's all done and all finished.
Sometimes it gets a little messy. It will get a little messy sometimes.
Now that I've done coating the ingredients in flour, I'm gonna set my oil on the stove here and the frying pan, just about an inch or so, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and I'm gonna start my stove so that the oil is going. I need to start it, so I'll just let it run. And now, back at the dry ingredients, I am going to pour the panko breadcrumbs into a container. And this is gonna coat the batter ingredients. So I'm gonna grab my batter out now and show you how to coat this. Here is our coated batter, or the frozen batter that we had. I'm gonna pour it into a cup to show you how easy it could be dipped. You can actually dip it in here as well, just as is if you like, and it works perfectly fine. But if you want easier use, just transfer the batter into a cup, like what I'm doing right now. And this will just make it a little bit easier for you to dip.
So you just dip it in, and it will cover it.
Yeah, so I'll
And then you just dip it into
extra in here for
the
now. But I'll show you here
something.
with a hot dog. You just dip it in, and it comes out the batter. If it's not enough batter, just pour more of the batter in here, and this will get it all the way to the top. And I'm just going to batter the rest up here. Extra batter here actually. So just gonna put it on. You don't want too much batter on it, so take off the excess because it's also gonna be coated in the panko breadcrumb as well. So at this point, just dip the hot dogs in, and then we're gonna remove it from here. Basically let it drain all the excess. And then from this, I'm gonna straight into the panko breadcrumb like so. Shake it about. Just to coat. Move it around gently because you want the batter.
Can I do one? Can I do one? Mama,
Yes.
can I do one?
Hold on.
Can I do one? Can I dip it in here?
There we go. And this is pretty much ready to go in the frying pan. Once it's ready, I'm just gonna grab a plate to put it on so it's easier to see. As you can see, that's pretty much the shape that you're gonna want. You can just roll it around a little bit to get a rounder shape if you like, but that's what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna do a mixed one and then a cheese one as well. This one is the cheese and hot dog one. There's my full side there. I think it's easier in here I find it easier in the bowl. You don't need too thick of a layer, just need a thin layer because that's where the panko breadcrumb is going to adhere to or stick to the hot dog. I don't want too much coating. I'm just going to take off some of the excess and then on to the panko. okay, and then we check the oil. Looks like the oil is actually good to go, so I'm going to drop these in to the frying pan so you can see. And these ones, they basically golden brown. I'm just going to turn them and they should cook pretty quickly. About 2 minutes or so on each side and it should be good. While those are cooking away, I'm still going to continue to gather the rest of my ingredients here. Okay, it's been a couple minutes and you can see that it's actually turning golden brown. I'm just going to turn it. Okay. There we go. So just watch the stove. Let it cook. And then I'm just going to get a dish, a plate, and then line it up with paper towel so that I can put the cooked corn dogs on. Okay, it's cooking away, you can see. Check here, it should just be a few minutes and then it should cook on the other side as well. Oh. Oh, this one has cheese. And you can see that oozing out, so I didn't coat the batter enough on that one. But it's pretty much cooked at this point. Cheese is all melted and stuff, so I'm going to take that one out. Just put the other end so it's a little bit more golden. Here's the first batch that came out, and as you can see, I didn't do the batter quick enough on these ones, so some of the batter actually fell off. This is the one with the hot dog and the cheese, but you should still get the same. And this is the one with the hot dog, but my son's gonna give it a quick test here. Let's give it a bite. Kai, bite and pull the cheese apart. I wanna see it. Pull, let's see the cheese. There, the oogie gooey cheese. How's the flavor?
Okay.
Yeah, still crispy. Here's the second batch I'm frying. So you really keep an eye on it if you don't want it to burn. I kind of overcooked that one a little bit, but I'll fix it on the next one. It should be better. So here's what it looks like. Gooey cheese. And that's Korean corn dogs for a really simple and easy recipe that can be done at home. So if your kids are craving a snack, this is the way to go. It's faster, it's probably healthier as well. So it's kind of like a pancake batter you use and then just panko breadcrumb. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe and I hope you check it out and make it for your kids at home. Enjoy making it with your kids as well. It's a really nice and fun recipe.